Give me a second. This thing's being a piece of shit. As usual, right? Right. Get this over here. Get this switched over. I'm gonna get y'all on board real quick. Just need to get. I don't know. I swear to God, I'm done with YouTube. I'm about to make a Twitch after this. Hopefully, we'll get a Twitch running pretty soon. Because this is just so fucking annoying. Let me get you out. Hold on, I need to get the link to my members real quick. And then we'll get started officially. Until then, we can listen to some Jive Wolf, Indian Summer. Let's get this going, get this going. About okay. Now that I got everything link posted and rolling, everything's set up good. People now coming in, rolling in. So let's now get this thing moving. Alright, welcome all. This is your boy Satoshi Heavy. Coming at you live with Satoshi's Shit Show. I need to change my banner name a little bit because it says 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and there's no longer 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's now about midnight Eastern Time, so I need to change that up. Anyways, let's transition, y'all, and we can begin. Let's see what we can uncover today. Bang, bang. Shebang, bang. All right, let's go. From yesterday's implications, let me see here. Let's pull out some old charts. Where are my old chart? Old chart. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. All right, where are we? Last chart I threw up was this. Pull it up. was this, and we currently obviously broke down a little bit further, like that. But regardless of the fact, the move that was we were watched for was made. So if you played that, congratulations. And especially if you played my 55 630 short right here, because that was god fucking money in regards to setup. So as of today, as of today, um, really nothing has changed, to be honest. I'm still really wondering. Like, I'm really wondering right now. It's the same thing as yesterday. Literally the same thing. I really wish we would have broke down more convincingly beneath this trend line to really convince me that this was indeed a reversal, bearish reversal. But obviously this is no sign found thus far. So is it a bearish reversal or is it not? Hard to tell. Hard to tell, right? The first thing, again, we want to reiterate is the fact that this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, the only reason why I don't like that is because Ethereum does not show that whatsoever. Ethereum does not show that whatsoever. Let's get this out of the way. Ethereum's low was here when Bitcoin's low was here. Obviously, you cannot have a 1, 2 go beyond the point of assumption of 1 because that invalidates bullish impulsive wave. So if we were going to count this, how would you count this, right? It's very difficult. That's why it's very subjective to say that Bitcoin moved up in an impulsive way because the rest of the market didn't follow the move Bitcoin did. I know that once a bull market is fully intact, that once Bitcoin dominance runs, alts fucking die or go sideways. And is that the case here? Possibly, possibly. But to me, even last year, except besides one point, there's one point last year that Ethereum did not do what the rest of the market did or what Bitcoin did, and that was, okay, I think we're on BitMEX right now. So let's get this to, yeah, we're on BitMEX. So let's get to this to crack in. And it was right here. Right here. In this little move right here, Bitcoin did this. Bitcoin did this. Well, Ethereum did 1, 2, 3, and then came down. And then when Bitcoin moved up right here this last time, right here, Ethereum obviously went sideways, created a flag, and it broke down more. And this is when Bitcoin started doing that sideways shit. And then this was the November 6th capitulation, or November whatever. Or I thought capitulation happened in November. Oh, that was on here. Yeah, November. No? Oh yeah, over here. Way off. Actually, I think I got this mixed up. This what I'm talking about happened down here. And this is when it went sideways and Bitcoin kind of ran a little bit, but Ethereum went very sideways. So the reason why I'm throwing that out there is because there's been very few times that Bitcoin and Ethereum have disregarded what their other is doing in regards to like movements. Now again, I know the structure will not be the same in both Ethereum and Bitcoin, and that's obvious. That's obvious. This is an old chart. Old chart. Where's my most recent chart? Hold on, give me a second real quick to try to find out what my most recent chart is. Coinbase. I'm on Coinbase. So if you took this long, cool, but then again, just be wary. I said we could enter unleveraged longs last night in this zone. That's fine. If you did that, that's fine. I'm not frowning against you, and you're also not in a loss either. If you took this position right here, you're actually in a slight profit. And yes, you should have your stop there still, and or moved up slightly if you did take position. In my opinion, if you took this position, you should move your stop up, okay? And if you didn't, then you should do that now, okay? Just protect yourself, secure your position, because you don't know what's gonna happen, right? Just run back to Bitcoin one more time. Okay. This is the reason why I just don't like that 5. It's just because Ethereum does not look like that at all. Sorry. I also haven't ate my dinner. So if you hear me pause for a little bit, it's because I'm eating something. Alright, so leave me alone. Alright, sorry. So, to be honest with you, the reason to come off the daily, in my opinion. Remember what I said previously on this daily? The move is going to happen within 2 to 3 candle closes. Well, let's just do what I asked us to do. Actually go to 10 hour. Like 10 hour. Alright, 10 hour. The 10 hours is another reason why it's hard for me to believe that this is a completed 5 and a 4 hour. Basically almost every single chart. And it's hard for me to call this the low here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'd rather want to call this something like this. Now, if this is the case, wave 3 cannot be the shortest, so let's make some rules. Wave 3 cannot be the shortest. We already know wave 1's longer than 3, in my opinion. I can see that. Let's just double check, so make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong. I would say it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. We see right here, a 1-to-1's right there. So 3 actually surpassed the 1-to-1. So what this means is that this next, if we do move up, this next move has no cap and it could run for as long as it really wants to be honest with y'all. And is that possible? Yes, it's very possible. It's very possible. And the fact that it could do this, look, a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hit this, and this becomes an extended third in a 5th. 4 is here. The only reason I think this is because this volume profile here. I'm looking for that, you know? I'm looking for that and this. Since we got divergence here, let's play our game. Let's play our game. We got divergence here on 10 hour. That's weak divergence right there. Okay. That divergence we saw in the 6th and the 5th are not, it's not real divergence. Only just 10 hour could be real divergence. Alright, so let's do this. Let's play our game. We got a possibility that we made a high, and we got a possible, and we came pretty low, right? So we have a possibility we can make a divergence there like that, right? So let's play our game. Let's find a good setup. How do you play our game? You draw channel. So here's our inception of. So where's the uptrend? I think I did this backwards. Yeah, I did it backwards. Yep, you flip it around. I just had a total brain fart, so give me one quick second. Alright, let me look at my chart real quick right here, so I could refresh my stupid mind. I don't know why I just got a big ass brain fart. I'll try it. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, it's that. I'm not. Never mind. The reason why I thought it was a brain fart is because it doesn't look as drastic as it usually does. Usually it's just a little bit more drastic, like this. Look, like we'll pull it usually from that high, and this we'll pull it from this low here. But since this is the new high, we pull off this high. Because we're thinking that this after this high, we can throw a divergence off of it. So we go from your new high to your trend line lows here, boom, boom. And you do the same thing on the corresponding time, not time, price action. And if you round this up, you see this low's here, that low's there. So, and it has to be the exact point. If you do not do the exact point, this is not going to work for you the way it should. So, exact point is there, exact point is there. Boom, boom. And then the exact point to this point is up here. Yes, I know it's a very small channel. And the point of this is just to understand. You could throw it off the wick, but if by doing that you're leaving yourself open for a can of worms, okay? But you can go wicks, but I always like to say closes because RSI is off the close. So the only reason I threw it off the wicks is I wanted to see how this trend line here played off of this here. And so the idea is that if price falls out the channel with RSI, it's confirmation that it is indeed a bearish reversal and a bearish turnaround. We see how price has fallen out the channel, but RSI is still within the channel. Yes, we could break down, and we can come down here, and still possibly maintain this channel, but I just don't think that'll happen. I think if we do break this channel will break as well, and RSI will get down here in the 50 zone like this, in the 40 zone like this. And then the second thing we want to do, since we have this, is we want to throw a trend line off TGX to understand where momentum is going. Boom. Again, you want it exact, as close as possible to exact. And so, notice here how TGX is still trending above the trend line, and it's also above bullish, the bullish momentum zone. So, in terms of really wanting to short, the 10 hour is not showing you that, both on RSI and on TGX. They're both not showing you a good short. And this is why I'm really curious. Really curious. Do we have one more high up? Now I know I said that last time and just short 5,630, but we got that, and it looks, and we didn't get the, I didn't get the reaction I wanted from the kiss of 5,630. What I expected at the end of this fifth wave of a third wave or C wave here, C or third. Again, we don't know what we're in. It could be a C or third. We don't know. We will only know by the way we correct after the end of these two waves. And so the reaction I'm expecting at the end of such a large impulsive wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is a harsh rejection and a harsh come down, similar like this. Now, the the retrace may not be as drastic as the rule of, not indifference, but is it indifference? Let's see here. The rule of alteration states that if one is shallow, the other is short, and vice versa. You see, we got all the way to the golden pocket here. So the likelihood of the 4-wave sister wave of this 1-2 doing the same thing is extremely, almost impossible. It's not impossible. It happens 34% of the time, 33% of the time, but the other 66% of the time, or yeah, 66% of the time, it is the rule of alteration. So you go with your odds correct. So if this got down to the 0.618 extension, I would at least expect, and again, I'm counting the 3 from here, and you guys know why I've done that, because a 1-2 of a larger degree cannot be smaller than a 1-2 in terms of a corrective phase and time analysis than the larger primary wave. And what this looks like, say, what I'm disregarding is this exact thing: a 1-2 in a primary, and then a 1-2. That makes this low does not get broken here on that 1-2-1-2 that people are proposing. 1-2-1. Look. Again, people are proposing this 1-2-1-2. How the fuck can this huge, massive, impulsive wave and this complementary correction, aka wave 2, be lesser in time and complexity than its subwave 2 and 1? That makes absolutely zero sense. And because of that, I cannot go with this. And I see it. I'm seeing it everywhere. And by good traders too. I respect them. I do. They don't take time analysis into deep regards as I do, and a few others, and that's fine. I do, and so far it's helped me out more than it hasn't. So I'm just gonna keep running with that. And because of that, I'm not moving this screen around a lot. I'm talking a lot, but again, because of that, I just cannot have this terminate before the time frame I need, and or not retrace to a point I need to determine that this is a complementary sister wave 4-2. Now look, we are now exactly in the time frame we need to determine this is done correcting. We now have moved enough in regard to time to determine that this has enough time in regards to end the correction. The main points you look for is between here and here and here, with this being a hot spot, this being a hot spot, well, not that, this one little line being a hot spot, and this gap being a hot spot. You look for this entire zone for a turnaround in regards to a sister wave, but you look for this zone, this small zone, and this zone for your hot spots to turn around. And you see, at this very moment, we have now entered into this zone of sister wave, complementary wave to this wave 2 that I'm proposing down here. And because of this, I'm gonna get back to an old count that I possibly had an idea for. So check this: W, X, Y, A, B, C, and then this will come down A, or yeah. In my opinion, this cannot be a WXY, and let me tell you why. If I propose this to be a WXY, and you guys know my rule for a WXY, X wave must be within 1/3 range of a sister wave W. If this is W from this point to this point, then X cannot get into, see this zone right here? Let me get some rules for you. This is the 2/3 range. This is the 1/3 range. More specifically, it's a 0.333. So if I want to throw that on there, that's actually the zone right here. Oh shit, it should be a different color. So the 1/3 range is right here, and your 1/3 range is very, very gas money for your X wave, sister waves, to your complementary W wave, WXY. And so if I'm proposing that this is a W, and this is X, I already disregarded my setup. Because if we take this point, move it to the beginning of now we assume X, we would assume X would have ended right here. Or before right here, literally right here. We would have rolled back over south. But we moved up. And we now entered into the 2/3 range, which basically eliminates the possibility and the fact that this could be a W, an X, and a Y. And so the only things that are going to be are these things right here. Either A, B, C. And the C wave will be in lesser time and complexity than both this move here and this move here. And this makes sense. This makes sense in regards to how we broke down from this point how Bitcoin and Ethereum are not matching in regards to impulsive moves. Because you saw when Bitcoin started moving impulsively, so did Ethereum. You saw that. Look, right here. What did Ethereum do? What did Ethereum do? Right here. What did Ethereum do? At that same time this Bitcoin do. What did Ethereum do? What did it do? Moved up impulsively. But in the correction phases, they're the met. They're not the same. They're not the same in the corrective phases. They're not. They mimic each other in regards to time, but the pattern that's at play will always be different. Always be different. The time though will not. Until something drastically changes fundamentally about the cryptocurrency markets in regards to trading and investing, that will never change. And why I say that is because why do people buy Bitcoin? Why do people buy Bitcoin? Other than the fact to stack it, but why? To purchase altcoins. To buy altcoins. It's a systematic cycle that consistently happens over and over and over and over and over again. And with Ethereum and Bitcoin being the major three, with you could probably throw in Litecoin too now, they seem to move more with each other. And then when they're in a corrective phase, they don't, obviously, like I said, the corrective phases geometry, the structure will always be different, but the time aspects will very, very much mimic each other, with one of them kind of leading. We saw Litecoin lead the rest of the market, and then Bitcoin and Ethereum followed pretty much tandemly. Now, Bitcoin moved more volatilely in regards to percent gains and whatever you want. I think it moved more in percent gains. So let's see here. So 40% gain, while Ethereum gained. Yeah, remember that Ethereum gained actually the same, actually more, gained 50%. So people said Ethereum was lagging. Well, Ethereum just gained 50% on Bitcoin's 40. So is it really lagging? I don't know, right? The structure is lagging. The structure is very much lagging, but the entire everything else is not. You know, everything else is not. So again, I know I just covered a lot of stuff, a lot of details at this moment, and I'm sorry if there's people asking questions at this moment and I'm not answering them. It's because you know how I go. I like to get all my ideas out and to you before I answer any questions and try to change anything, right? So I got some notifications. Check this real quick. Okay. Cool. Appreciate y'all whoever retweeted that. Appreciate that immensely. It really helps me. So I'm gonna pull up my dashboard so I can see you guys just talking, because I can't see. I need to find time during the weekend to A, update Chevy alerts, and B, update my OBS to better run this shit. Hold on, give me a second to open up my chat box, because I can't see all the chat. I have to open up a separate chat box through YouTube itself. It's not in my OBS anymore. I don't know why it's not showing me. Let me see. Hold on. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can see y'all's chat right now if this thing's not gonna load. Very bad sound. So what do you? Okay. Would turning my music help? Would that help? If I turned the music off, obviously it would help. But my OBS says I have green bars, and I think also um, Bitcoin, not Bitcoin. I'm checking my live dashboard on YouTube just to make sure my audio is okay, because you're saying I have some audio issues. Okay. I don't know why YouTube's lagging so bad. It's not showing. So when I go to live dashboard on my YouTube, it's not showing me live streaming. It's showing my last stream. But then when I go to straight up youtube.com on my profile, it shows I'm live streaming. So that I don't know what's wrong. I really don't know what's wrong with YouTube. I don't. And again, let me know what. Let me know what I can do to better the audio. I can't. The only other thing I can do is purchase a better mic. It's the only other thing I can think of. Is purchasing a better mic, which I didn't really plan on it, but if I need to, I will. Because my main priority for this aspect is trying to teach y'all and show y'all and share with y'all my ideas. And if you guys can't understand me or hear me, then um then I don't know. Anyways, it says my audio is okay on YouTube, so I really don't know what is going on there on your side, buddy. But again, I turned off the music to see if that would help with both the stream quality via data being used by my internet service, and also possibly just the audio background being muffled due to the sound being transmitted both through the audio, both through the mic via the music and my voice. I need to probably change it so the track plays on my computer so it's a little bit more clear and doesn't muffle my voice through the background. Because I know the audio sometimes gets loud and gets quieter in regards to the music when I talk and stop talking. Because I got a, a, a distance or a motion. I don't know what to call it, but if you're close to it, my mic, and there's sounds behind you, it'll try to only pick up you since you're close to it, no matter how loud the sound behind you is. And sometimes it kind of messes up, and it like wishy-washy it. And if it does that, just let me know. But so far it hasn't been an issue. But just let me know, because I really want to make sure that you guys are getting the best possible stream, best possible viewage you can. Because at the end of the day, that's why I'm here. It's why I made this YouTube channel. It's why I every day hop online for 1 to 2 to 3 hours, depending on the time we get, depending on the questions I get. Anyways, I'm gonna hop back onto the chart and we can continue our journey on this ride. So again, I know I went over a lot in regards to psychology and stuff like that, and the biggest thing I want you to take out from it is that whenever we're correcting, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Litecoin don't match. Whenever we're moving impulsively, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin match. Now, does this mean like match exactly? Fuck no. Obviously no. What I mean though is that we could consider that an impulse. That's, I know for Bitcoin that's not an impulse, and for even Ethereum you could probably not even consider that an impulse. But the fact that still has that they still moved very similarly, and then since we've been correcting, which for a fact this has been a correction for a fact. This is subjected to a correction, but I think it is correction. This is definitely a correction, like I said. They have completely been different, completely, and so that directly supports my idea in that when Bitcoin's trending impulsively, so is Ethereum. and Litecoin, and that's obvious, right? Like we all know that. But let's take it, like I said, let's take it a step further and really apply it to the market structure, right? In terms of impulsive and corrective phases. If you're an Elliotician, it's very easy for you to determine what looks like an impulse and what looks like a correction, right? Correction, right? Correction, correction, impulse, impulse, correction, impulse, correction. This is impulse. So the reason why I'm saying this and I'm throwing this out there is because if we're going to consider this Bitcoin's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we're totally disregarding the aspect and the fact that almost every single time Bitcoin has moved bullishly, so has Ethereum. And let's just find, okay, what happened here? What happened here? What did Ethereum do? What happened here? Bitcoin moved up, so did Ethereum. Nearly at the same time. Bitcoin went sideways, so did Ethereum. Bitcoin went up, so did Ethereum, basically at the same time. Bitcoin and Ethereum went sideways. So all I'm saying is, like, I understand that, okay, it's hard to determine when the correction is going to end and stuff, and we still sometimes struggle with that, or not struggle, but sometimes we allude to the fact we might say, okay, we got one more low, we got one more high, and then we don't get it. I understand that happens sometimes, but if we really look at this, how I'm trying to explain this to you, does it make any sense to consider this Bitcoin's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Does it make any sense? To me, it really doesn't. And so I am gonna take that away. And I'm now considering this part of a corrective phase. And again, I'm not interested in this now. So if you went long, and I did have some unleveraged longs, because I do take almost every trade. And I'll even, especially when I say you're able to take unleveraged, I'll always take the unleveraged trades. Always. Because it's a minimal loss on that. Very minimal loss in regards to percent gain, in a portfolio. But if it goes up, it's fine, and I'll hold that. But so I'm going to go ahead and pull that. Give me a second. Log in real quick. Okay. Well, let's get back to what I was trying to. Let's go back to the study aspect to what I was trying to imply. Again, we're trying to see if whenever Bitcoin moves impulsively, what does Ethereum do? It moved impulsively. Ethereum moved impulsively then. What about right here? Ethereum moved impulsively. Let's go to a higher time frame. Let's go to 10 hour. 10 hour. Okay. From this low, Bitcoin moved impulsively. From that low, Ethereum moved impulsively. And notice how similar in regards to structure these are. Well, I know Bitcoin's this is way different than Bitcoin right here. But look how similar the structure is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then look how different these structures are in the corrective phase. Irregular, cleared at top, X, the ABC, X, Y. W, X, ABC, X, ABC. W, X, Y. So W, X, Y. And then if you look at Bitcoin, yeah, we moved up, but look how different these two corrections are. Look at them. Look how different they are. Bitcoin made a triangle here. What did Ethereum do? It definitely didn't make. Okay, there. Where's the high? Where's the start was there? So from there, where's the low? Right there. Did Ethereum make a triangle? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, but you see right here, when Bitcoin moved impulsively, Ethereum also made a 5-wave move. Yes, Ethereum's was much bigger in terms of volatility and percent gains, but the fact that the structure is exactly the same is vital and key here. And that is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. And again, if we're going to go and run with this idea that whenever Bitcoin's moving correctively, then we could see that the subwaves in the corrective phase will not mimic Ethereum's at all. It'll mimic them in regards to time and it being a correction, but the correction that it plays out is going to be different. And if you have trouble understanding what I'm talking about, let's just throw up a little tutorial. So what I'm saying is, if Bitcoin moves into 5-wave impulse, so is Ethereum. Ethereum usually runs further than Bitcoin, but on the corrective phases that happen after it, after the impulse, Bitcoin would do this, simple ABC, while Ethereum does like a running flat. But the key here was the fact that the impulse was the same in regards to structure, 5 waves, as in the corrective phases were different in regards to structure, but the same in regards to time. That's the key here. That's what I'm trying to show you. And within this structure, like Bitcoin this may be a WXY, this may be an ABC, this may be a triangle, this may be an ABC or a 5-wave impulse, this may be just an ABC, ABC, and ABC. Well, these make completely different structures in regards to market price action. Damn it. If I just go back. But do you see what I'm trying to say here, y'all? Are you understanding my gist here? Yo, Infamous, what up, my boy? What up? What up? So, if we could really just really try to get with this program right here and really try to understand what the fuck is going on here, and we could really believe that when Bitcoin moves impulsively in a 5-wave impulse, so does Ethereum in a 5-wave impulse. But when Bitcoin moves in a corrective phase in an ABC, Ethereum's not going to always do a corrective phase in an ABC. It might pull a WXY. It might pull an ABCDE triangle. It might pull something completely different. But the key is at the time of the inception and end will always be the same. Always. Or within like a few hours or maybe a day, but no more. And I promise that I've never seen it so far. So far in my studies. Who am I though? Who am I? Should we try to find one more example but bearishly? So let's look right here. Ethereum moved in a 5-wave impulse down, right? This is a 5-wave impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this here, Ethereum made an ABC and then a triangle. So I made a W, and this was a triangle, but not a triangle in the aspect. It came down, impulses, then A, B, C, D, E, triangle, A, B, C. What did Bitcoin do? Did Bitcoin move in a 5-wave impulse here, and then not do exactly what big Ethereum did here and do something completely different in regards to structure, but not time? Let's check. Bitcoin's here. 10 hour, 10 hour. I'm sorry that they're on separate pages, but this is my TA chart, so bear with me. So where is this at? Right here. So bang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where is this at? Right. Oh, we got to go back more. Okay. Right here. Did Bitcoin move in a five wave impulse? And I would say yes. It was an extremely extended third wave, but regardless of the fact that it's still a 5 of impulse. Let me show you. From this high, came, pivoted, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then when we started correcting, Bitcoin started correcting, moved in a very sideways ABC, and then another very sideways. This is almost a triangle, but look how different the structures are. Look how different the structures are. Completely different. Right here. Ethereum clears the high. Bitcoin doesn't clear the high. Completely different. That's how you knew this was a corrective phase. They didn't mimic each other. It's corrective phase. What happened? What happened here? Ethereum moved in a one. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. This is very subjective how you count this 5. You could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then this is so. I don't know what I can do is 1, 2. It's at any diagonal A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any diagonal. This is why I'm pretty bullish on it. Like, this is why it's hard to be bearish on crypto in regards, because this A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. What did Bitcoin do? Did Bitcoin move in a similar 5-wave pattern and not do something crazy weird? Yes, 1, 2, or 1, 2, A, B, C, 3, 4, 5. And then again, if we really want to get super crazy with this, look how different these corrective phases were from in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So as we moved impulsively up from here, can I zoom in? I don't. It doesn't really matter. But I'm just trying to. Don't worry about price. Just worry about what I'm trying to structure and shit. What I'm trying to show you. Look how vastly different Ethereum's corrective phase here is from Bitcoin. Look how vastly different they are. Ethereum didn't make a triangle like that. Bitcoin did though. Ethereum moved more down, right? It didn't make a triangle like Bitcoin did down here. It didn't do that at all. So do you see how what I'm trying to say is, if it, whatever the time frame you're in, or whatever uh, subwave count you are in, so either primary like minute, sub minute, stuff like that. Make sure your corrective phases mimic each other in regards to time, but don't in regards to structure. But your impulses mimic each other in both time and structure. All right, now that we're done talking about that, let's get back into it. I know it was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot, and there was a lot to to go back on in regards to like explaining what's going on, right? So because of this idea, I cannot call this Bitcoin's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cannot. I'm throwing out the water. It's out, gone. Not my idea anymore. My ideas are this: A, B, C, and or this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any diagonal. Only two things I got. So, what's the plan? I am probably going to be shorting if we do move up any bit, like this trend line. Expect this down here to get tagged. These lows want to get taken out. I feel it. I feel it. It's possible leading diagonal here. Possible leading diagonal here. If this moves up like this, A, B, C, I'm shorting that like this. Down here. Like that. With the expectation that this would not move greater than a golden box. So I'll put my stop right into 786, right above it. So right below the 886 right here. 886 is right there, so right below it. Like right there. Right at those closes right there. My entry will try to be the very base or right in the middle. Actually, I'll do 0.5 with another order at right smack dab in the middle of the golden box here. At 5555. 555. Basically all fives. So I'll have an order here to short here. And an order to short. I'm going to label this the right color because we're in that range. I'm going to short here in green. So last check I want to do before I get out, not get out of here, but because I'm fairly confident in regards to what I'm seeing. Not saying like go all in, confidence like that, but I'm saying confidence in like what I've uncovered so far. It's very hard to find anything else besides what I've already shown you to be apparent here. Okay? The only two things I can see at this point are we still correcting or this is your 1, 2, 3, 4. This cannot be Bitcoin's 1. This cannot be Bitcoin's 2. For the sole reason that Bitcoin and Ethereum always move impulsively together. And they never don't. So if we could listen to that one rule, we know that this isn't Bitcoin's 1 because Ethereum's 1 cannot be that. Simple as that. Look at it. If that's Ethereum's 1, right here. It invalidated the setup. Invalidated it. Makes no sense, right? But if every single time Bitcoin and Ethereum move impulsively, they do move impulsively together, then how can you consider this 1 on Bitcoin? How? How? Tell me. Explain to me. Anybody. Explain. How? Prove to me. Show me. Show me where else that whenever we're moving impulsively in Bitcoin, Ethereum isn't. Like I said, there was one time that this happened. Once. One time. Again, I'll show you. I'm just trying to find it because I want to show you where it happened. I know exactly what happened on Bitcoin, but I don't know what happened. I don't know when it was on Ethereum. I don't remember. It happened during this. It happened when everybody thought we're gonna go to the moon, but I was like, dude, Ethereum's fucking tanking ass. There's no way we're going to $10,000 if Ethereum's at fucking 240. That was when I made the most money. I made like $4,000 on that short because I held that shit. That was one of my most beastly shorts besides this one here. And it was right. I think it was right here, right here. So on this move, on these moves right here, Ethereum did not cop this last leg. Ethereum did not do this last leg. Ethereum rolled over bearishly, and this is what made me really believe that cryptocurrency wasn't going to make a new high in regards to like all-time highs or even 10,000. That's why I shorted the shit out of Ethereum back then. So let's go find that right here. Right here. So up here. So look at this. Ethereum moved sideways as fuck, and then as Bitcoin made this last high, Ethereum went down and made a low. See that? But that's the only time it happened. And you don't want to know? Do you want to know why it happened? And I can explain to you why it happened too. Because this entire phase here in Ethereum and in Bitcoin is a correction. And because this is a correction, it's not going to always mimic each other. Because this entire thing was a correction. See how well this rule plays out? It's pretty remarkable. I literally have I just put two and two together literally like yesterday or like literally last night before I went to bed. And I wanted to explain to it today when I wanted to explain to it yesterday, but like I said, I had technical difficulties and I couldn't do that yesterday. So we're here today. Explain to this now. So the only time that Ethereum did not copy Bitcoin was because Bitcoin and Ethereum are both correcting in different patterns. Bitcoin was pulling a completely different corrective pattern. A WXY to finish off or start a larger corrective pattern, A, B, C, D, E. While Ethereum was doing a flat and then starting a bigger impulse to move down in a corrective phase. But you see, every single time we made a break impulsively on Ethereum, basically did on Bitcoin. So, getting back at hand. I just showed you what I expect for Bitcoin here, and I'll post this chart now so I don't forget. What the hell? You probably don't want it at just under 6,000. You probably just want it over. So you probably want to get 6,005, something like that. 3 or something like that. Oh shit, that's way. Oh, not 6,000. What the fuck? What number was that? 5,600. Stupid. right there. They just stopped, just over 6,000. And then this is basically it. Like I said, if we move up from here, it's because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. I'm telling you, that's it. It's the only thing I got. 1, 2, 3. But the way this already came down like that does not make me does not make me very confident for this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at all. At all, at all. And so, if we do get this little move, I'm shorting the shit out of it. I don't give a fuck. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. In the heart and in the face of fear and uncertainty, there is Satoshi Heavy. I've done it so many times. I'm not afraid to do it again. Everybody and their mom is bullish still. Bullish as fuck. They're not expecting a big retrace. I know it's not a big retrace, but it's a decent retrace. That's 11%. If you get that on 5%, 5 time leverage, that's some good money right there. Good money to be made. So why would I take it? Why wouldn't I take it? And again, if we do move up, it's because we're doing this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, not 3. This will actually be in my opinion, if we do move up, it would do 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So I believe this will be like this. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Why? Why does Bitcoin need to pull back to let Ethereum breathe? Tell me, why does that have to happen? Why? That makes why? What? All I'm looking for is when Bitcoin starts at 5, Ethereum's gonna start at 5. That's it. This actually may even be the start because I know it's not the prettiest in the diagonal. The reason why it's okay is the way it literally makes a diagonal, like it comes into a triangle and a point. And 2 is longer. The only issue is that I think 3 is the longest, which is usually not the case. And it is. So again, it is subjective, but for me, I like it the most. Like I said, the only other thing I can see is this right here. So like I said, either check one last thing. Okay, that moved too big to be a sister wave, right? Yeah. I was wondering if this could have been A, B, C, but this B is way too big, so can't be. Cannot be. It can only be these two things. Right here. 1, 2, 1, 2, or A, B, C. Only two things. So again, this is going to be my setup. I don't know if I'm going to take the Ethereum trade because Ethereum's already kind of fucking died. And I hate taking trades when they're already, like, this is not a good trade, you know? This is not a good trade, you know? That to that. But for Bitcoin, what if you do get that? What if you do get this? If Bitcoin was down here, I wouldn't want to take that trade, you know? But it's up here, up tight, it's up above the median in the range. See that? The median's right here. That'll be your minimum target. Okay? This is simply it. And again, we can move down. This seems like it can move down. Like you can move this back one, like that. And there's A, B, C, and we're coming down now for wave 3. Let's do one last measurement to make sure this works because we want to be correct. Again, same thing. It's just one's a little bit one's the shortest, which is not the ideal, but possibility. Again, like I said, an ABC works for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But to me, this is what I'm gonna look for, and I'm probably gonna set some stop sells underneath this because I just believe if we move down, we're gonna move down. You know. I'm reading your chart, but there's a lot of shit going on in your chart. Wait, what's the point of showing me this? Again, I know that, but don't pay attention to the percent gains, buddy. The structure is all we care about. The structure is what we care about. The structure is what we care about. Yeah, it's a mess. It's hard to read your chart for sure. A lot of shit going on. But look, I understand Bitcoin moved a lot bigger in regards to like structurally basing out of this zone. Bitcoin moved a lot bigger, you know? Bitcoin moved 40% out of the range, while Ethereum only moved 15%. I understand what you mean, buddy. But what I'm saying is that when Ethereum moves impulsively in a 5-wave pattern, no matter where it's at, so does Bitcoin. And that is true. And you show me where that's not true. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. Why are you showing me all these old charts? I don't care about old charts. Show me something new. But no, those are good. By the way, great trades, buddy. Great trades. Great fucking trades. Great setups, boy. That's just nasty gas. Nasty gas. Hey, by the way, anybody who's not following Crypto Arch, go follow that motherfucker. Seriously. Go follow him. The dude's a stud. Go follow him. I don't care about how strong it moved. All I care about is the structure. So I can understand when I could um get in on a move. Whenever Bitcoin moves in an impulsive 5-wave move, so does Ethereum. But when Bitcoin does a nasty like WXY, the only like look, this was completely different, you know? Not completely different, but they're different. They're different. Right, especially right here. Look how different these are. Corrective phase, right? This is all correction, right? Went all the way down, hit a low here. Bitcoin hit a, oh no, Bitcoin, Ethereum hit a low down there. Bitcoin hit a low right here before Ethereum. See how different they are? But look how much of the same these are. Hit a high here, hit a high here. And I know, hit a correction here. I know it's not the same. Hit a correction here. Hit another high here, impulse. Hit another high here, impulse. Correction, sideways, correction, sideways. Again, the correction is never the same. They weren't. This was irregular here. Bitcoin was more sideways, more expanded. Up, breakdown, up, breakdown. I would just have to see it. It's decent, but I would have to see the corrective phase on a larger time. I mean, I would have to see your entire corrective phase. So let's go to Bitstamp real quick. So if you guys don't know, my count for Ethereum is this. Oh, okay. Oh, Bitstamp does not have the chart need. I guess we'll do Coinbase. Oh, guess not. I guess we'll do Kraken. Okay. Hold on. Need to make sure all this shit's not important before I delete it. This is actually important because it's very true. It's still very true. This was obviously not even close to being as strong. I'm gonna delete all this though, and then I'll show you my count for this. To me, we are missing this 5, but internally, like I said, internally it looks like we need one more little low because they're not matching. Ethereum and Bitcoin aren't matching. They only matched right here. So since they're not matching, I just don't believe that they're in the same phase. I believe we're not impulsively moving up yet. the hell? Either one's fine for me, honestly. So, okay, let me show you all my larger account. So let's just get this all done. Whoa, shit. So on a large account, obviously we don't know what happened there. Extended fifth wave. I want to double check something real quick. So I want to make sure this follows my rules. 4.66 is the max and hit at 1 point. So that's fine. What's important was that it at least exceeded this range right here. That's all I needed to know. And so at this point, ABC. It's very difficult to consider. Maybe this one of this. So, I'm showing you this because I'm showing my two accounts, my two things. Wow, that went away. W. So, then I'm going to do one more last thing. Look at that. Hit the 1/3 range for an X wave breakdown to the T. Basically to the T. Here's a high. Here's the 1/3 breakdown. The max amount of time I'll allow for this to go sideways without breaking this main trend line here is this 0.5, which we're going to throw right here right now. Point 0.5 is allowed, as long as I allow it to go sideways without breaking any major legs or trend lines. Where's that 0.5 at? Oh. And this Y, since this was a zigzag, this Y will be a flat or a triangle. Or, I would love for it to be a triangle because then I'll long this with my mortgage, my my loans. I'll long it with everything in me if we got this triangle. If we got this flat, I'll be a little bit more subjective because it'll be a little bit more, you know, whenever I see a triangle, I go in. I go in on that motherfucker. I don't care. If I see a valid setup in a triangle, I'm taking it. And I'm banking I'm right. With a good stop loss placement so I don't get fucked with a skip order. Again, I wouldn't really know how to count this being a 1-2. I know that's a 5-way impulse 1-2. The only thing I think of is a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, which is possible, very possible. That means this 3 will be so fucking huge. It'll probably get up to there, this base right here, honestly. if this was to happen. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Very. I hate counting 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. As soon as it gets to that third 1, 2, you're opening up a can of worms. 1, 2, 1, 2 is fine, but 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. No, opening a can of worms. See, I like this for an ABC a lot. I do. Because for an X wave, you have to end it here. And so the low is here. W, X, and a Y already exceeded the sister wave complementary wave target zone. So we cannot say it's a WXY. This cannot be a WXY ABC. Cannot. Eluded time discrepancies. So cannot do that. But what I do like is an ABC a lot. A, B, and C. Two of your legs like to mimic each other in time. So this is A, 3-wave A. Since A cleared the high, I'm just going to consider this like this. Whoops. Low, high. Hits that 1/3 range exactly. A, B. Two of them like to mimic each other. Hit that 1/3, 2/3 range to mimic each other. Bang, got that algo kiss. Like I said, this is being considered a 3-wave ABC. A wave. A, B, C, and then C is right here. And C could go all the way to a 3.6. Actually a 4.0, if you want to be exact. Oh shit. So here's the main target. 166 is what we're actually gonna really shoot for the actual correction we're looking for. Followed by right there. This will actually be micro, minuscule. This should be sub-micro. This should be sub-micro. This should be micro and green. Is it 1 or A, 2 or B, 3 or C, 4 or Y, start of Y for ABC? I would short that break, this trend line no matter what. Short it. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Trend line usually takes 5 touches to break a trend. This would be the 5th touch in my opinion. So be careful, traders. Anyways, that's essentially all I had to cover today. I am fairly confident in the 2 things we have. Yes, that was more possible. With X being the shorter wave than W and Y, but W and Y have to mimic each other within 2/3 range. And then, like I said, your larger count, your X wave cannot elude greater than a 2/3 range. And I mean this range right here. As soon as we As soon as we move past this and don't break down, I'm calling the end of bear market. End of bear market, we're now bullishly moving up. For sure. But if we do correct here, break this trend line, then I'm going to be very, very on the, not on the fence, but I'll be leaning more bearishly, and I'm going to short this bounce right here. I will short that bounce. And I would take my loss if I get blown the fuck out the water here like this. If it goes like that, I'll take that loss there. I don't give a fuck. But I'm looking for that. Anyways, like I said, that's essentially all I wanted to cover. The last thing I wanted to cover is, again, I wanted to touch base on Chevy XV and how fucking amazing it is. If you cannot trade using Elliott Wave, and I know that's the primarily analysis I do, and Sean does, and you can't, like, if it's hard for you to grasp, it's hard for you to make sense, or if you just don't have enough time to devote to study the ins and out of Elliott Wave, because in order to be a profitable Elliottician, you not only need to understand how to count a wave, but you have to understand how to fucking trade it. If you don't know how to trade a wave, then what's the point of even counting a wave? Right? Like, if I have if I have a big ass impulse there and I have an impulse here, what are you doing? But this impulse is in a less of a degree than this impulse here. So to make life more sensible, I'll just change colors here. So what would you be doing here? Knowing this. Knowing you got an impulse here, and you got a similar, not similar, but an impulse coming down. You would assume your next move, especially if it starts going sideways, is a corrective phase. A, B, C. A B leg, B, and you short this with invalidations points being just over this, because you can go A, B, C, and then what are you doing right here? You're buying that, right? With the idea that you can get down here. And since you have this idea that you can get down here, you would have your first order to buy at the 1-to-1. Then another order, not another, a stop loss like right here, and then you set yourself up again for orders down here, because this is an algo range, flat range. The last zone you shoot for will be here, but this is like, if you get to a 1.618 extension from the A, B, it's very rare, but it happens, but it's very rare. So like, this is why I normally shoot for those two. And so I'll long there if I got stopped out there, then I'll long this again, and then with hopes that it'll be an ABC irregular when it hits the dead box, dead cat bounce on each side, dead cat on each side, dead cat on each side, dead cat on each side, dead cat, moves on. So you just have to understand things like this. But anyways, boom, boom. Again, so I just want to touch base on Chevy XV. If you have Chevy S strategy, that's fine too. Except you can't use alerts with S strategy. That's the only thing I don't like about S strategy. But everything else is good. Then you want to also put up XV, and I don't like stochastic. Oh, wrong top, dude. I already have it. I didn't know that. Didn't notice that. So again, if you have Chevy S strategy, you don't have to use XV. You can just use the strategy. The only difference is the strategy does not have alerts, so you cannot set it up with a bot, or you can't have it setting to you. Okay? and you can just use XV. I mean, strategy if you don't care about alerts. And so again, you would. I like the 30-minute and the 1 hour for XV and strategy. But please use my rules. If you start bullishly trending up, like if you broke down here, I told you to close your order here. Look at that gain though. Look at that call by Chevy here. Told you to close it down here. What a call. What a call. Nearly at the top and right at the bottom. Gas money. And so just do what I told you. Since you're wondering if you should buy, it told you to long here, but you're wondering, is this really a good long? Draw this trend line here. Like this. Right? Draw your momentum trend line. Remember, it has to be exact. If it's not exact, you're not going to get it right. Right? Now draw your new momentum low. And so you want to do the exact same thing on corresponding price action. Of course, this is not going to be the same. Like if you draw this point here to this point, obviously it's not going to be the same. Right? Right? Obviously. But what you can do is you take it off that high, take it off this low. And once it breaks this trend line, along with the trend line on TGX, as long and as well as give you a long call on XV or S strategy, as well as you over the bear range. Again, bear. If you don't know where bear range is, I have it labeled for us. Bear. Oh, not bear range. Not entire bear range. Whoops. So I need to change that actually, because for us, our ranges are different. This is bear range. This is bull range. This is neutral. And so since we're above bear range, and this SMA was bullishly moving up, again, you can use the SMA as a momentum type of thing, but this is better. This is just so I can show you, to give you added benefit of the doubt. And so again, at this point you broke out, right? You broke out of the trend line, both on our side, on TJX here. TJX momentum will always lead price, always. Price will never lead momentum. I promise that. Or hardly ever, okay? Momentum will always lead price. Look, momentum broke the trend line. Price followed right there. Right? Right? So, let's say if like right here you're wondering if it broke out, should I buy? Okay, initially you would want like a retest. Came down here, hit this low. Now you're like, okay, that was pretty scary. That's a pretty good sell-off. Should I buy? We got a bull signal here after that sell signal. You know, sell signal here. Okay, say if right here, you got this sell signal. You're wondering, should I actually sell? Is this really a sell signal? Then you look at your RSI. Are we bearishly trending? No, we're not. We're not bearishly trending, right? We're not bearishly trending at all, right? No. Yes, we broke under the 21 small. But we popped back over it and back above bear range, right? Also, if you know anything about VRT, value range system, value range theory, look, divergence, 0. Well, technically, 0, 1, 2, X. All you have to do is have, if X gets cleared, which it did, then you expect it to get, if it gets re-entered, to be cleared. But you see here, what's the rule of breakdown after we hit X? The move after it absolutely cannot exceed your golden box. So we broke down, hit X. Our rule is we absolutely cannot exceed the golden box. What happened here? Exceeded the golden box. Invalidated the breakdown rule. And so now you're wondering, okay, should I actually buy this? Because it went bull. And you saw that invalidation via breakdown rule of your call to go short with the Chevy call here. And so all you do is, since you got this bullish divergence off of bear, you do the same thing. 0. Here. 0. 1. 2, X. And all you're looking for is X to be cleared on price action. And what happened? Boom, boom. Came down, cleared it, and cleared the X, 0. Remember, 0, 1, 2, X. It came off the other way. Remember, at first it was 0, 1, 2, X. Broke below, but since we moved past the golden box, got the buy signal, we flip our, we look for a divergence to play, and we do have a divergence between here, here, and there, here, 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 and there. And so you just do the same thing. 0, 1, 2, X. 0, 1, 2, X. I know you could have considered this as well as your X range, but sometimes it's not in your divergence leg, and that happens like once every 10 divergences. So let's be careful with that. You could have considered that. And then gold clue was that it could not close beneath that low. See that low? Could not close beneath it. Almost did, right on it. Closed above it, above, took off. And then at this point, I mean, you did get a strong, since, by the way, rule, if you don't know TJX rules and haven't listened, if you're bullishly trending and you haven't went into the bear range, each one of these red signs is a buy back. So right here, since we're bullishly trending, we haven't, the last time we went to the red zone was here. And since then, we've only been bullishly trending on TGX. And so gave you this, and since we're bullishly trending, it's a buy back soon. A good buyback. So hit this, hit that buyback soon, dip below, blah blah. But the point is that I just wanted to show you that. Where were we at? I just lost. Oh, it was up here, up here. So we got this buyback. Since we're bullishly trending, we got this buyback soon. And look what happened. It happened to play off of our value range system here to give us a good buyback. Bullish range system buyback. As well as Chevy giving us a call bullishly to long that call. So all three things. The only thing that happened that was new against us was, notice how TGX, at this point, TGX fell out of the trend line. So you're wondering, should I short? So you do the same thing. You draw this trend line, this low right here, here, boom, and take it off. This, you won't get that low. You won't get that low either. Take it off this one right here. Oh, what the hell? Look, let me tell you why. I'm actually gonna. You want to do two trend lines. You want to do your actual momentum trend line. Your momentum trend line will always start at a different low or high than your actual PA. And then you also want to draw your actual PA to momentum trend line, which will be this one right here. So the one that matches exactly what PA is doing. So this one, obviously we can't match PA, because if we drew this low to this low, we wouldn't have any trend line to go off of, right? So the only reason why I have that is so we can watch momentum trend. But we're going to draw this trend line here. Low to this one right there. And notice that right here, TJX got this strong sell signal, broke below. But what's the rule? If price and your oscillator do not match, it's probably not true. And so since your price could not break below this blue trend line that we had here, then your trend was intact. And you had that confirmation with the value range system playing out here with X range close over right here or right there, as well as Chevy long call and TGX still trending bullishly. And notice here at this point, momentum trend broke. So as soon as the momentum trend broke, this one, you start to really think, okay, since the momentum trend broke, can price really change? Can price really change? So now you draw another price trend line. Same points, same points. And as soon as it breaks this trend line, as well as TJX trend line, it's go time. So right here, broke it. Look, broke at the same time. Isn't that absolutely phenomenal? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And let's look if we've got anything on our side to help us play. Anything. Look, we're under the 21 small, and right here, we're now bearishly trending right here. Look at that. We're bearishly trending. Look at that. We're underneath here. We're in bear range, right? Bear range, right? Bear range. So all signals now flip bear, right? At that moment, did we get any divergence off this? Look, divergence here. I'm considering this a double top. 0, 1, 2. X is right here. This is X. This range right here is X. 0, somewhere over here, or you can see this is 0, 1, 2. This is X. Broke below it. Came up. Less than a 0.618 extension, right? Retrace. Look, boom. Roll back over. And so, this dude. Now we're wondering, should we long? This again, just do our momentum trend line. Will be black. I'm gonna get out of here after this, okay? This is my final tutorial, final show, final idea. Draw your momentum trend line. Remember, it has to be exact. That's momentum, so it's black. Now draw your price action trend line, right? Here to there. I don't really like that one because how tight it is. But it's still not, we're not breaking out like we should. But I'm going to take it off this high here. Because we didn't really get really any good pivots coming down anywhere. Except right here, I guess. But then we have to take it off this high here, like that. So this will go. Shit. Basically the same trend line. Look, we touched the red. We touched the red. We didn't break it. So it's a very good there's a possibility that we could bearishly start trending south. So broke the trend line, but we didn't break it on price action. See that? But now we did, finally. And we finally broke the bullish, the bearish momentum trend line here. What happened last time we broke the bullish momentum trend line, the momentum trend line? We didn't turn over until one more move was made higher, which was right here, and also the trend lines on both PA and price action and momentum all broke out. Right now, we haven't really gave us a very strong breakout from this trend line here, like we did. You know, this one we broke down pretty good. You know, this is a good breakdown. If this was gonna be a good breakout, I would have wanted it like. See how far we got down there, like this, where it's a pretty good gap right there between there and there. I would like this like this, and just to flow out like this, and have a pretty good gap right there. But we don't have that. We're hugging it pretty tight. So this is a WXY possibly. Again, that's why I'm going to be shorting this move regardless, because not only did I see it on the bigger time frame when we were going through it with the TA, but I'm also seeing a similar setup here in the smaller scalping time frame here. TJX is not really breaking this trend line like we would really want it to. We do have, look at this, bullish divergence from there to there. X range is right here. X range was just violated. So if we can move back above this, 1, 2, this will get, if we find a pivot less than the golden box here, or at the golden box, so if we pivot here, like this, like I said, this is why I think we're in an ABC, a small ABC here. If we pivot right there in the golden box, I do think this is A, B, C. And this X range will get canceled out here, but the bigger X range from here down there, because this is divergence. This is divergence there. So actually your entire range is here now for X. For the bigger one. The smaller ones got hit up and dried out quick. Like I said, if you have trouble depicting what my count is, yeah, see, it then looks a lot different. So I think this will put in like a, instead of WXY, or like I said, a breakout. Or this is gonna be a breakout, like I said. I don't think it's. I'm more with the bearish side for right now. All right, you guys, that's it. I'm done. I'll answer any last minute questions, but I will, brother. Why can't strategy and X be the same code? Because the strategy TradingView doesn't let you have alerts. So in order for our bots to work and like us to get alerts sent to our emails and phones and apps, then we have to have the strategy with alerts, and we can't use the. We have to have the indicator with alerts and not the strategy without the alerts. So if you're able to sit around the computer for like hours at a time, the strategy is for you. It's better. It enters better and exits better, and it doesn't give you a million fucking signals like the indicator does. You know how the indicators have like 4 L's in a row before it gets you another sell signal. Well, the strategy won't do that because it understands that you have an open position already, and we don't have a pyramid scheme. So once you open a position, that's your only position you have open. You won't stack onto it. Unlike XV, where it does have a pyramid scheme, because there's just no way around that. There's no way around it printing out extra tags, I guess you call it. All right, but that's essentially it, man. And yeah, I appreciate you, Crypto Arts, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you, bro. So again, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this on one last hurrah, living on a song by Jive Wolf called Gravity. Um, Here's that golden box. A, B, C. ABC. Let's make sure this works though. Perfect. This is where we're looking to end this correction. If this is the count, which I'm going to trade this. Let's see if we get wrecked tomorrow. I'm going to get these out. And as soon as I get these out, I'm out. Perfect. I'll aim for that low. I don't think this low will get broken on Ethereum for some reason. By the way, if I do get taken out, I'll be taking this trade here. Or if I'm able to wake up when this happens, I'll just quickly enter this trade and try to catch that 3, which I've done before. So if I get stopped out here, I'll have an alert to tell me I got stopped out, so I'll try to enter with it and see how that goes. But if not, I'll wait for this retrace to be flagged. I'll enter that long too, if it holds that high right there. Here, I'll put that one blue. Same thing, if we move above this, same thing, I think this will happen right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 3. Alright, I posted my charts, so guess what, guys? I am signing out. I'll do that real quick. That's weird. Why is not? Oh, probably have to do all, huh? Okay, it's so annoying. How come? How come I can see this? See this guy's chart. I don't understand. What's the ticker? Is that a ticker? That's so annoying. There it is. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I mean, let's check this. I want to see something crazy cool. I think it's gonna move up. Possibly. A, B, C. This doesn't look like. If we don't move up now, like if we don't move up now, like this, then I want to say this is that W or A, B, C, or W, X, Y. This, look at this though. That's positive. But this is what I see what I have. Alright, man. Not much left. To me, I don't know. I really don't care for this shit. But I guess it matters. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna head out of here. It's been real. It's been a big real. It's 12:30. I need to get to bed on a decent time today. And I'll try to get on tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. live. I know I wasn't able to this time, but hey, happens. Alright. Hope all y'all have a great day, great night, great whatever. I'm going to sign out. I'm not going to leave this one running because I've answered everything I could answer that I want to answer at this point. And I need to get to bed because it is now 12:30 and I just need to go to bed. So, with that, I appreciate all y'all joining me on this adventure. I appreciate all y'all rock with me, answering questions, asking questions, supporting me. Appreciate it all immensely. And you guys are the reason why I do this thing, you know? So, anyways, catch me on tomorrow, roughly the same time. I'm going to keep doing this every single day until I get a good viewership. Because right now, I'm still slacking. It's still very, very fucking sad in terms of how many followers I have on Twitter and how little of a reaction I get in everything I do. It's pretty sad. And I need to change that. And the only way I can think of that being changed is adding more content to the Twitter sphere and content including YouTube live. So, anyways, appreciate y'all. Catch me on tomorrow, roughly the same time. Get this thing popping again. Hopefully, what I showed you tonight gives us good fruits of to capture and eat. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to say. Anyways, you guys, much love. This is your boy, Satoshi motherfucking Heavy, signing the fuck out. And I'm going to leave you with Your Way by Jai Wolf featuring Daywave on his album, The Cure to Loneliness. I highly recommend listening to this album. It is phenomenal. Anyways, much love, everybody. Hope to see you tomorrow. This is your boy, Satoshi motherfucking Heavy, signing the fuck out. Have a good night, everyone. Peace.